right, we are live with Helen. And Helen, you'll have to help me with your last name here.
Michelossi.
Michael Lassie. All right. So Helen is with Prairieland Service Coordination. And Helen, you work with our local Galesburg office, right?
That is correct.
Yeah. And so we'll talk a little bit about your organization here, but we are talking about business after hours. We're actually talking to Helen. They are our sponsor for our upcoming event on Thursday night from 4:30 to 6:30. So that is this week, 4:30 to 6:30. I'll put the registration link in the description as well. So make sure to RSVP. We need to know how many people are coming. We like to know that and give them an opportunity to have enough goodies and different things they might have available for you. But Helen, first of all, let's talk about Prairie Service Coordination really quick. So you're a 501c3 nonprofit, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, and you work with a lot of people in a lot of communities. So you represent several counties in the state of Illinois.
We represent 27 counties. We started out with 5 back in '94. We're celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. So we started with 5 and grew to 12 in the first 25 years. And in the last 5 years, we've gone from 12 to 27. So we've grown exponentially. We have 10 in the Galesburg Quad City area, 15 in the central southeastern region of Illinois, and 2 down by St. Louis.
Yeah,
So we're kind of spread out.
Yeah, I was just looking at your website and I started counting all the counties. It's a lot. It
It
really
is
is.
a lot.
So let's talk about, so you are based in probably a home-based office, right? Like
Well,
a,
I'm in the Decatur office, and I
okay,
travel to Galesburg office and the Maryville office down south.
okay,
Hmm.
okay. So let's talk about Prairie Service Coordination. I think a lot of people, if it doesn't affect them, I say this with a lot of businesses, if it doesn't affect
Sure.
someone personally, they're not really familiar. We drive by the office in downtown Galesburg all
Hmm.
the time. It's a few doors over from my office, in fact. But why don't we talk about a little bit more, kind of a glimpse of what it is, the services that you offer, and how important that is in the communities you serve.
Sure. We serve persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And what that means is if someone has a family member, loved one with a disability, they will reach out to us and we will do an assessment to see if they have a disability and what that might be. We then move forward, and ultimately our job is to connect them with the services they need and they want. So we ask them, where would you like to live? Do you want to live in a group home? Do you want to stay with your parents? Do you want to, do you want to go live independently in the community? And then we work with them to find the best situation so they live their best possible life. And we are funded through the Illinois Department of Human Services. So after we hook them up with all these services, we follow up for the rest of their life if they live in our area to make sure they're getting the service they're supposed to get, when they're supposed to get it, and how they're supposed to get it. So we have, I think we now have 72 case managers, I think. And they work from their home and they go out and they meet these folks in day programs and in their Scylla homes or with their families and stay in touch and make sure everything is going well.
That's amazing. And do you have kind of an estimate of how many in the Knox County area, maybe that the families you're helping?
I think we have 700 people on our PUNS list, and that means those are folks who are in a database waiting for services. And
Okay.
that's in the 10 counties, I think, including your area. And then I think we have maybe 1,600 that we serve in those 10 counties right now on a
Okay.
regular basis. And they pull from that PUNS list every year. So that helps get more folks every year into service so that they're actually getting the services they need to have. And we have 24-hour crisis as well, that we provide crisis services.
Wow, that's incredible. That's a really great service that your organization's providing.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, um, that's uh, we're blessed to have you in our community. I think a lot of people, like I said, don't know, and even there may be people out there that don't know that you're able to help their family member.
Yes,
Sometimes.
and that happens, yeah, where they end up having an issue and they're at the emergency room and the hospital says, hey, call Prairieland. And then we can show up and say, hey, look at this, look at these options. And it's life-changing for families and for the individuals.
Wow. Yes, I can see how that would be amazing for anyone in that situation. And then
Absolutely.
what I was seeing also, it looks like the history of the organization about 30 years ago started. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. 30 years ago this month.
30
Mhm.
years ago this month. Okay, this is
Yes,
good timing to celebrate too.
sure.
And did it start in Decatur then? Is that
It started in Decatur with 5 counties. And
wow?
then the state said, hey, could you take 7 more? Help us out with 7 more. And the director then said, oh, sure. So for about 25 years, they had 12 counties. And then I blew in here in 2012. And we had the opportunity to expand on the night in 2019. And we had some families reaching out to us. And so we said, sure. So we now do 27 counties in the state. All this happens, and I say this all the time, all of this happens. I'm the executive director, but all this happens because we have 72 case managers and we have 12 program managers and we have all that other support staff that makes all of that happen. You know, they're amazing, dedicated individuals that go above and beyond every day. And that's how we provide that excellent service. You know, they are, I keep saying without them, we do not have Prairieland Service Coordination.
Well, and
So
that's good. I mean, you give kudos to your whole team, and that's really what it takes. It's a team effort, and everyone's heart in the game for the right reasons makes a huge difference.
sure, sure, yeah,
How
absolutely.
would, how would you say, as far as the communities that you represent through Prairie Land Service, are the communities set up to assist your customer base, your client base? I'm curious to know because I know there have been some discussions recently in our community about becoming more, autism friendly. Some of those things, those discussions are
Right.
happening. Are you seeing that communities have an opportunity to take advantage of being more accommodating?
I think so, but I think it's a learning curve because we need to remember in the 70s, folks who had a disability, many of them were institutionalized. So we've come a tremendous way, just not far enough. Many businesses in our communities we serve now are hiring people with disabilities. People with disabilities say, I want to work. You know, I want to work in the kitchen at the hospital. I want to work, for the school system. I want to do whatever. And some of these businesses are saying, yeah, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
And you can do that. And they're making things a little more accessible to them. Obviously, ramps, um, parking lots where they have the accessible slide at the end of the sidewalk instead of steps down. All of those things are life-changing for people because they can go out and do,
Mhm.
um,
Get the
like everybody else.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I'm sure in Knox County, you're working with Thrive and some of the opportunities that are in existence already. We have a great network, I think.
And there's amazing providers in the Quad City and that area as well. We work with those who provide the group homes, the companies who own the group homes, the companies who run day programs, folks like the chamber who get the word out and who do all sorts of things and give us a chance to network. Um, the hospitals, local law enforcement, the school districts, all of us work together to sort of make sure we're doing everything we possibly can, to provide that opportunity. My favorite story is a young man several years ago, we were talking to him and we said, well, where would you like to live? And would you like to work? And he didn't answer. And I was like, do you know where you'd like to live? He said, I don't know, ma'am. Nobody ever asked me.
Oh, wow.
And it was mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
Because I thought, oh my God, he was 47, 46 years old. And nobody said, where would you like to live? Do you want to have a roommate? Do you not? Do you want to live here? And now since the 70s, we've progressed so much that, you know, if I go visit him today, he's quite a happy camper living the life he chose to live. And sometimes it's guardians who help them choose that life.
Right.
Sometimes they do need that extra support. You know, but even at that, even if the guardians are helping or other family that love them are helping, they still get to participate in creating the best life they can have. You know, getting married, having a job, buying a house,
Mhm.
you
Wow.
know, things we all do all the time.
Well, that's amazing. You're making those things possible for everyone, and there's probably
What we
nothing.
always should have done. It's what we
Yeah,
always should have done.
absolutely. Well,
Mhm.
so we are talking about business after hours on Thursday night. Helen, so we'll be at your downtown location here in Galesburg. It'll be open for our chamber members to come visit. I'm sure you'll have a couple case managers there or some points of contact to connect with.
I'll be there.
Yeah,
I'll be there as well. Our associate director will be there. We'll have a couple of program managers and Matt and some other folks will be there to answer questions, give a little tour of the building,
yeah.
you know, eat some cookies,
Yes. Have some
do a
snacks.
drawing. We'll do a drawing for a door prize, you know, to
Okay,
be named later in the week. So,
excellent.
yeah,
Well,
we look
very
forward to it.
well, yeah, we look forward to it too. And I want to thank you and your team of all of the people that make this possible for what Prairieland Service Coordination does in all of our communities. So thank you so much for leading the ship and being an advocate for all of us.
Well, and thank you for the chamber because you do so much for our communities. All the chambers we deal with in the state help us connect and sort of spread the word, so to speak, so that we can do more. So thank you for that.
Well, we appreciate you very much.
Sure.
We'll see you Thursday night. And then again,
Great.
I mentioned I'll put that link in the comments so everybody can let us know that they're
Sure.
planning. We hope to see you there. Helen, it was great
Great.
talking to you. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. See you Thursday.
All right, sounds good.